Houston crushing UCF, TCU in the Big 12 title race, and BYU beating Texas Tech straight up? Maybe. It's time to beat the books. Here are the best bets in the Big 12 this week. This is Locked On Big 12.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome into Locked On Big 12. I'm Drake Toll from America's #1 Big 12 podcast, Locked On Big 12. Thank you for making this show your first listen every single day, live from the set of college football kickoff every Thursday on Fire TV, every Friday on Locked On Big 12 with Jesse Holley, the Dallas Cowboy, and Gary Patterson, the TCU ball coach. Today on this show, let's talk about the best bets in the Big 12. I've done a really good job with these this year. It's made me money, and that makes me happy. And if you hit subscribe, I get to keep my job. We will start with the first game of the weekend. Houston and UCF. This is a road game for our friends, the Houston Cougars. And lest we forget, they're still a very good football team, especially analytically. Defensively, Houston wavered last week, and their defense has gotten worse and worse over the course of the last few weeks. But if I'm going to point to a metric where I think this game is like a push versus shove deal, the Houston offense, 115th in the country in rushing, but they're facing a defense that's 120th in rushing. And that's where I think the Cougars could take advantage of UCF, as well as playing a short field. Houston, number 22 in the nation on their starting field position offensively. It's their own 30-yard line. UCF defensively gives opponents the ball on their opponent's 29-yard line, 110th in the country. So Houston can play a shorter field based on the EPA averages and analytics against UCF. Then here is the big moneymaker. Here is why I think Houston, aside from those reasons, will beat UCF on the road. Number 64 defensively against the pass in the country is not good. But UCF having the 70th passing offense EPA-wise in the country, also not good. Houston, number 41 against the run. UCF, 96th running the football. And UCF, not only did their opponents start with great field position, they start with terrible field position. 135th in the country, averaging their own 24-yard line. And they're 119th on third down success. UCF will not be able to convert third downs. They will not be able to run the football. Force to pass, they will turn the ball over, and Houston will prove their defense is good. And their loss last week was flukier than most people expect. Then, Arizona against Kansas. I'm going to go with the Wildcats. Now, can I be honest with you? Here's the deal. This week was a little different than usual because there are only 5 Big 12 games, so tougher to be able to give you an accurate best 5 bets. They just kind of have to be the games that are being played. One of them that I'm leaning toward is Arizona to cover 4.5 at home. They're the number 2 passing defense in the country from an EPA efficiency standpoint. Kansas has a balanced offense. Number 38 passing, number 38 rushing. And the Arizona defense isn't great against the run. Kansas should be able to run the ball. They're not great on 3rd and 4th down, 93rd in the nation. Arizona playing at home. I'm going to ride the hot hand. Kansas is coming off of a bye week, yes, but that crushing loss to Kansas State, can't get that out of my mind. Arizona, their massive win against Colorado, I'm factoring that into this. I think the team that can run the ball better, the Arizona Wildcats, 31st in the country, will be able to win this game and establish a win against a Kansas defense that is not very good at all against the run. Arizona is going to win. They will cover the 4.5. Give me the Cats. Then West Virginia. It's not all that often, folks, that we get to bet on West Virginia to win a football game. This is one of those weeks, the rare weeks this season against Colorado, that I'm taking West Virginia with the points. Give me the Nears. Ears? Whatever it is. I have been a huge West Virginia fan, despite how bad they are. They are 3-6, but they're playing a team that is also 3-6. And the biggest metric that I can find when I look at this game between two teams that are pretty bad at all of the metrics, like Colorado grades better on most things here. I watch football. This is one of those that I'm sorry. I can't give you look at the EPA. Ha ha ha. Nope. I watch football. It's a home game for West Virginia. They're coming off a top 25 road win. The program is reinvigorated. They moved to 4-6 with a win against Colorado. I'm going with the Mountaineers in this game against Colorado. I think they cover the 5.5 to 5.5. I think they cover the 5.5. Give me West Virginia to win this game. Rich Rodriguez. It's because I believe. Sorry. Oh, why did you pick West Virginia? I don't know, because I believe. Buy in. Either get on the ride or hop off. I'm going TCU to cover against Iowa State. People are forgetting TCU 6-2. People are forgetting that, there are plenty of ranked 6-2 teams from the Big Ten or even the ACC. TCU 6-2. The number 6 rush defense in the country, and Iowa State has struggled to throw the ball. They're 102nd passing the football. TCU, number 6 rush defense against the number 50 rush offense. Carson Hansen, Abu Sama have not been as good as we thought they were going to be, analytically especially. TCU can take advantage. TCU gets the dub, relying on their defense. And, of course, the offense, number 32 in the nation, throwing the football. They can sling the rock. Josh Hoover is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Their starting field position on average offensively is their own 31. The number 13 in America on third down success. Those are both top 15 for TCU, that starting field position as well as third down success. The offense has a field day at home. They moved to 7-2 because they still have a Big 12 championship in their sights. TCU wins the game. They cover 6.5. They win it by a score. Final score in this one's like 31-21, 31-24. Could be a close one, but they cover no less. Here it is. I'm going to do it. I spent the whole week telling you that I think that Texas Tech is going to win the game 27-24, and I flipped. I ran the numbers. I played it over in my head. I had dreams about this game. BYU's going to win. BYU's going to win. And the biggest, they are 7-1 straight up their last 8 games as an underdog. And Tech has one of the best defenses in the country. But the key to victory for BYU is keeping this game low scoring. Again, they also have very good starting field position. Texas Tech struggles to keep teams from playing in the short field. BYU is going to struggle overall with Texas Tech's defense. But at the same time, it's the defense of BYU that I think can come up with 2 turnovers against Baron Morton. The Cougars aren't great at stopping the run. 80th in the nation in run defense. But EPA-wise, efficiency metrics, Texas Tech is 118th running the football. Here's the deal. BYU is going to be able to stop the run. They're going to be able to stop the run. And the more that Baron Morton throws, the more likely it is that you get interceptions. BYU picks off Baron Morton twice. Puts their offense in position to get 10 points off of those 2 turnovers. And that becomes the difference in an 18-17, 18-14, low-scoring, hard-hitting defensive game that reminds us a lot of those first 3 quarters between Utah and Texas Tech when those 2 teams played. That's what we're going to get for a full 4 quarters. Lower scoring than I predicted earlier this week. The more I look at this game, the more I look at the matchups, the more I look at how Texas Tech's offense honestly does not grade as well as you would think that they do. For a top 10 team, and both of these teams are top 10, I'm going to err on the side of the school that continues to win as an underdog, the school that continues to win with their backs against the wall. That's the BYU Cougars. I think BYU finds a way to upset, not just cover the 10.5, but upset Texas Tech on the road in Lubbock. I'm reluctant. I almost hate that I'm buying it, and I'm buying in, but I am. Because they have, they've kind of told me that's what they do, is they are underdogs forever, and they win. So why would I go against it now? Guess I'm not anymore. BYU's going to win. Whoop. Today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is exactly where I go to make these bets. The best bets in the Big 12, or you can find them at FanDuel today. You can go to FanDuel and play all of my best bets in the conference, like Arizona -4.5 against Kansas, Houston -1.5 at UCF, West Virginia -5.5 against Colorado, Iowa State will lose TCU by 6.5 or more, and then BYU upsetting Texas Tech. You can play all of those at FanDuel, and the NBA is here. And with the NBA being here, FanDuel is the official sports betting partner of the National Basketball Association, which that acronym can be dumbed down to NBA. With them being back, no better place to get in on the action. Live bets as well. If you didn't get there in time for the game, those live same-game parlays are a game changer. Keeps every game exciting, especially when your team is making a late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet hits. Head to FanDuel.com. Sign up. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. That's it. Those are the bets. Do them. Go see if they win. You parlay them together for like plus 5,500. It'd be nuts if that hit. The Beast 12 parlay is what I call it. Okay, I love you guys. This has been Always a Little Bit Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.